Hello and welcome to Marbella with him and her. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray, episode 49.
Getting up to that 52.
Do you know what I've realised?
What?
Our 52nd episode celebrating our year.
Yes.
I won't be here, I'll be in India.
Oh, so I've got to celebrate on my own.
Yeah.
Anybody out there that would like to celebrate with me, please let us know and we'll go out and have a big party.
Anyone who wants to be the her for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
No.
Now, don't all tell me at the same time because you'll have to audition, obviously. It's quite a difficult audition. It involves taking your clothes off.
Oh my God, don't say that.
Oh.
Stop it, you sound creepy.
I am.
Oh, no, you're not. That's horrible. So, no, I'll be sending sound bites from India.
Yeah, it's going to be quite exciting, actually. So during Hannah's trip, we've discussed that she's going to try and just record audio and video, whatever way she does it, and send them across. And I'm going to interlink them with a podcast. So it won't be the long podcast. It'll be probably a bit shorter than normal because I'll be doing it. But we will still hear Hannah because I'll be interlooping.
Why not?
No, I'm getting confused with interloping.
Yeah.
Anyway, she'll be on it.
It will be Marbella and India with him and her.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun and interesting.
Assuming you can work out how to do it all.
Well, you just showed me how to open it. That's a good start.
Yep, okay. So I started last week, with a cold. So we were very late recording the pod. We didn't do it till Tuesday. But I soldiered on as much as I could. Monday, I did my second bootcamp Pilates class. And I ended up doing 2 this week. I did the second one on Friday. It was a kind of Galentines class. And Kate gave us all a flower and a heart-shaped soap. It was really lovely. And we were doing different moves on the Pilates bed, creating heart shapes with our arms and stuff.
I have a question. Why Galentines?
Well, Galentines is basically girls together celebrating Valentines.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's become a thing this year more than ever. But yes, it's definitely become a thing. So it's suggesting that, I mean, normally single girls, I would imagine, instead of getting together with the partner that they don't have, they'll get together with a group of friends and celebrate Galentines.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Apparently there's also a Palentines, but I was just getting
that?
silly. Or like mates getting together.
Oh.
They have to have a name for everything.
I don't have any mates and I don't have any girlfriends, so I'm out.
You don't have any mates and you don't have any... You have both.
Okay. Anyone want to come on a Palentine's and Galentine's Day with me?
No, you can't have Galentines because you're not a gal.
Oh, you can't gate crash it?
No.
Okay.
No. I have to say, kudos to these bootcamp Pilates classes. All 3 classes that I've done have been completely different, which is great. So it's really challenging. I really, really love it. I'm really excited to do more. I noticed that there was a Cool Deals on. And Cool Deals is fabulous. It makes it only like €13 a class, which is amazing, instead of 20, I think. So I'm hoping that's still going to be running when I get back from India, because I'm definitely going to do that. I really, really have enjoyed it and really felt the benefits as well in different areas of my body. My inner thighs have been throbbing this week.
Oh, so have mine.
That's
been
not
Valentine's.
Valentine's Day. But no, we concentrated a little bit on that area at the beginning of the class. There's a round hoop kind of thing that you either put like between the ankles or put between the legs and do various movements. And we had it between our legs for ages at the start of the class. And I got you to try it, didn't I? Not with the loop, but just to lie down and have your knees, sounds very weird, have your knees in the air in what they call a tabletop position and open your legs. So without doing any other movements, just see how long you can stay in that position before your inner thighs are screaming at you.
Yeah, I ended up more like a coffee table than a tabletop, and it didn't take long before I hurt.
It's good to see though, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yes. I really didn't feel good on Wednesday morning. I felt a lot better on Tuesday, but Wednesday it didn't feel great. And then it all went horribly wrong. I tripped up the stairs at work and fell on my hands. And for want of a better expression, I broke a nail. And I cried my eyes out and was in loads of pain and just thought, that's it. I can't do my show. I need to go home and rest. It was my body telling me to stop.
Can we just clarify that you're not sort of like a diva and you broke a nail and cried. You literally broke a nail right down to it was red and bleeding.
Yeah, and any women who have done that, which a few commented on knowing that I've done that, were really, really sympathetic because they know how much it hurts. I have acrylic nails on top of the normal bed, so when the acrylic nail breaks, the actual nail bed underneath breaks, and wowzers, did it hurt. So because I wasn't feeling great anyway, that on top of it just tipped me over the edge. So I cancelled my interviews, I cancelled my show, went home, slept most of the afternoon. Wendy, my producer, said to me, I have to admit, Hannah, I hope you're feeling better, but I did have to laugh. It's the first time I've had to cancel a show and cancel guests because the presenter broke a nail, because it did sound a bit pathetic.
Oh, it sounds like a diva.
It does.
You are becoming a diva.
I'm not. That's horrible. I'm not a diva. Am I?
No.
No. Good. It was Valentine's this week. So on Thursday, it was the Valentines quiz, the first fully themed quiz of the year, where every single question, apart from the news and current affairs round, is connected to love in some way. And even if I do say so myself, I think that's quite clever.
It's very clever. And it's one of the few that you can do a little bit of research on if you just look up things. But then again, there's so much about love, especially when it comes to entertainment and songs and books and films.
But not so much on subjects like sport. So one question I didn't do this year, but there's a golfer called Davis Love III.
Did anyone put that out of interest just because it's Davis Love III?
No.
What's his name?
No, Justin Rose was the answer to the golf question.
You got that, right.
Rose, Valentine's Day, you see. So there's the theme throughout the whole thing. But it's great fun to do. And I think everyone enjoyed themselves, apart from the people who argued with me. But there you go.
Yeah, well, we'll ignore people like that. There's enough of us that enjoy your quiz every week and don't need to argue.
Yes, I don't.
Unless we have to. And you're wrong. And we are right.
We actually got up really early on Thursday morning in order to go to the Marbella municipal market, because we had already decided that we were going to stay in for Valentines and make ourselves a really nice meal. We thought we push the boat out a little bit, spend a little bit of extra money on nice food, because we still would have saved loads of money compared to going out for dinner.
Yeah, and it was interesting. We hardly ever go to the municipal market. Number one, because of where it is. It's in the centre of Marbella, so it's not easy to get to. So we had a very early start to get there. But wow, the fresh produce. I mean, the fish. So they even had like prawns that had just been caught in Marbella Harbour. It's really interesting to get some really fresh produce, but it's not cheap, I don't think.
No, I used to think it was, but it's not really. I mean, we got some fresh tuna that he said it was alive this morning, didn't we? We got a beautiful fillet of tuna that was about €10, wasn't it? Which is, more than we pay in the supermarket. But oh my goodness, the quality, well worth it.
It was completely fresh, yeah. It had no fishy smell. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
But there were these, I don't know what you call them. They're sort of like mini lobsters, longestino things. So we said, how much for two of those? So he weighed them and he's like, these are good. And it's going to be like €60. So we said, put those back. We'll get some prawns instead. Yeah.
So we decided to do a plate of prawns, but big prawns. So we got two jumbo massive prawns, two slightly smaller prawns and two slightly smaller prawns. So we had
a selection of prawns.
And we assumed that the biggest ones would be the best because,
lobster-like,
lobster and things like that. So we paid €19 for those 6 prawns, and then the tuna fillet, and then also they do this fabulous fruit and vegetable stall there. And we got a bag of baby potatoes, and it's a massive bag of baby potatoes, and we got some thick asparagus. And those two alone were €9 something, which seemed a lot.
Well, I think our local supermarket in San Pedro, which does fresh produce just like that, is much cheaper.
Yeah.
We won't be doing that again.
No. So we basically spent about €40 in this municipal market on this one meal. But as I say, if we went out for dinner, we would have spent way more than that.
Oh, yeah, it would have been a minimum of 150.
Yeah. So it was gorgeous, really, really nice. We worked together on it. I mean, it was mainly you, obviously. I made a lemon butter during the day, which we had with the prawns. You did a stunning salsa verde, which was with the tuna. I think it was one of, if not the best tuna fillet I've ever had. The way you seared it. What did you do to it that kind of not caramelized it? What do you call it?
Well, just charred a little bit.
Charred, that's it.
But that was just natural cooking, that's why. But it was, I think, just because it's so fresh, it just tasted much different.
It was really good. I made a strawberry trifle.
Which was lovely.
Yeah, I got these like almond cakey things that I crumbled up, and it didn't take a lot of effort, to be fair, but it was nice.
Very nice.
I mean, I didn't cook anything.
You presented a cheese board afterwards?
I presented a cheese. I took things out of the packet and laid them on a board beautifully. Yeah, we had a 4-course meal. It was really good.
Yeah. And then we went to bed because we were tired.
We played Scrabble.
Oh, after Scrabble, of course. Yeah.
And it was a good game. It was fair. I was winning for a lot of it, and then you won. You kind of took the lead with an amazing score.
Yeah, well, I had to lead you on a little bit. It's Valentines.
It was good, though. It's good. Saturday, we got up to do some geocaching for the second time. Last time we did this about a month ago, we didn't find the geocache. And we had agreed that we would organise this one, so basically find a route. So we decided on Hogan. I'd looked on the map and there was an area that just had loads of geocaches in a row. So I thought, okay, we'll drive to Hogan, find somewhere to park and just start walking and see how many we can find. And we'll just keep walking until we decide we want to stop. So that was the plan. But we had agreed to meet everyone at 10:30 at the kind of mirador, the lookout place over Hogan. So I said, well, let's go earlier so we can make sure we know where we're going to find somewhere to park. And that was a lot harder than I'd hoped.
Yeah, we got stuck in Hogan, basically, behind lots of slow-moving cars.
One-way systems.
One-way systems that were blocked because they were doing roadworks, and delivery vans.
It was a bit of a nightmare, actually, wasn't it? We started to panic because people were due to meet us in 10 minutes at the top of the viewpoint, and we still hadn't found anywhere to park that was near where we wanted to start the walk. But then we eventually did, and it was all fine.
It was, yep, and it was great fun. And we just kept going on to the next one. We said, oh, it's only 300 metres to the next one, so we walked. Oh, it's only 200 metres to the next one, so we walked. Oh, it's only 300 metres to the next one. So we walked. We walked.
So we went to 6 geocaches and found 4, which was very exciting.
Yeah, and it's like little packets of things, and it's got thing that you sign in there, and you can see all the people that have done it before. Some of them are really long. It's like hundreds of people on there.
Yeah, it's amazing. Some of them have obviously been there for years. And Debbie had a little key ring that she put in the first one to give a little...
You can gift things.
Yeah, you can gift things. But it was lovely. We called ourselves Hogan's Team.
Yes, or Team Hogan.
Team Hogan, yeah. So that was cool. Once we found the first one, we were all very excited and realised, okay, because having not found them before...
It was an anticlimax before, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then the first one we went to yesterday, we couldn't find it either, and we were like, oh,
no, I still have splinters, by the way, from the thorn bush. Yeah, I keep sort of, every time I close my fingers sometimes, I think, oh, what's that? And it must be a tiny splinter.
There's some stunning scenery, though. The first place we went to where we couldn't find the geocache, there was all these waterfalls. It was gorgeous. And Debbie and Rachel were like a couple of mountain goats climbed up to try and find the geocache. I didn't. I get really nervous, you know.
I was nervous for you on the other side of the road.
Yeah. In fact, last night, I forgot to tell you. Last night when I was in bed trying to sleep, I kept having visions of me or someone else either falling off a cliff or actually jumping off a cliff. I had visions of me just going, hey, this is fun, and jumping off the cliff to my death. It was really...
Wow. Happy Sunday, everybody.
It was really quite horrible.
Are you sure you should be going to India?
It was really horrible. I had to do some kind of breathing exercise to get it out of my head because it was
That's very dark.
Vision. Yeah, it wasn't very nice.
I've got to admit, while I was watching you all going up there, I had visions of you all falling off onto the rocks below.
Exactly, it's horrible. Yeah, I don't like it. So these geocaches shouldn't be up the top of cliffs where there's slippery rocks and stuff.
They were
it's
slippery
not
as well.
Funny.
So it was very funny when you were walking across and you were like jumping from stone to stone, but you jumped on a bit of bamboo which flicked up, splashed water all over you and snapped in half.
Yes, and it splashed water all between my legs, so it looked like I'd wet myself.
I think you just did that so that you could have a quick wee and nobody would realise.
And you got it all on film, which is great.
No, I didn't film it. I was doing it live TikTok, so it didn't actually film that bit.
Oh, so just everyone on TikTok's seen it.
There was quite a few people watching, so yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I did actually fall in the water as well, though, when I was walking across, yeah. My
Oh,
balance.
yes. Oh, yes, your foot got wet.
Yes.
You never moaned about that the rest of the walk.
Well, I'm not a moaner.
Oh, well done. I would have moaned.
Yes, I know.
Was it annoying having a wet foot?
It wasn't comfortable.
Oh, and you didn't say anything.
No, I'm just, I just keep going.
Keep calm and carry on.
Yes.
Well done.
I'm not a woman. I didn't say that.
Far.
You're going to have to cut that out. You're going to have to cut that out.
Too far. My cousin Nick and his 2 kids arrived last night, staying in San Pedro for a few nights so we can hang out and spend some time together, which is lovely. Their flight was over an hour late. I'd sent them a pin to come to our house first so we could jump in the car and direct them to where they're staying and the best place to park. So they didn't get to ours till midnight, which was a little bit later than we'd all thought, but bless them, there's nothing you can do about it, can you, and the plane's late. And Nick said the pilot didn't explain why. They were sitting there for over an hour and nobody explained why they hadn't left yet, which I think so bad.
It's bizarre because normally the pilot would say, we're sorry, we're sitting on the runway, we're waiting for a slot, and as soon as we get that slot, we'll be able to take off. Do you like my pilot's voice? It's good, isn't it?
Very good.
Yeah, but that didn't happen.
No. So anyway, it's very late, so we got there, showed him where he was staying, and we previously suggested, assuming they were going to arrive at 11, that if he wanted to and the kids weren't too tired, we could just, wander into San Pedro and go for a beer. So I'd assumed that he wasn't going to want to do this now because it was that much later. But no, he absolutely did. Not only that, but he wanted to get something to eat, which was kind of impossible.
Well, it was 12:30, wasn't it, when we set off? And there's nowhere open, obviously, because they've all done their dinner service. We found a few kebab shops on the way. So that's one good thing. After midnight, you can get a kebab, burger or pizza.
So we ended up going to a terapia in San Pedro, which used to be... Barbua. Well done. Used to be Barbua. It's now a terapia. And we just had a beer each. And then went home. We got home at 10 to 2.
Yes. Straight to bed.
We haven't been out that late in so long.
I can't believe on the way home, it's really late. I haven't been out this. You sound like a 75-year-old person.
I know. I felt like a 75-year-old
In fact, your dad's probably out later than you are.
Don't be silly. So, yeah, we had kind of 6 hours sleep and raring to go.
I don't get that.
I don't get that.
Didn't have a great night either.
Till like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, up at 8.
I was up at 8, had my shower, went down and cleared the kitchen up.
Well,
I'm still trying to get rid of the fishy smell from the prawns, to be honest.
it's ridiculous how long it lingers.
Yeah, I think, as I said to
you
you before...
made a curry the following night and that still hasn't disguised
No,
the smell of
the
fish.
fish has taken over the curry again. It must be on the floor side. So I've bleached all the floor this morning.
Oh, well done. You're very good. So today we've got a busy day ahead of us. All the gang are coming over, Nick and the kids, Dad and Sheila. We are going to walk to Puerto Banús, check out the boats and everything, have lunch at the lovely Picasso, which is a fab place for families, nice pizza and stuff. And then we've booked bowling tonight, Los Arqueros, which I thought will be fun, an hour's bowling.
So we can report on all of that next week.
Exactly. It's quite expensive, I thought, though. I went on at €60 for 1 hour for one lane. So it's certainly not something that PJ and I would do just the two of us together.
No, I think the more people you've got doing, I think it's maximum of 6.
Maximum of 6,
yeah.
But there's 7 of us, but that includes 2 kids who I said would play as one. So I hope that's okay. So that will be make 6 basically. So then it works out €20 for us, €20 for Dad and Sheila, and so that's all right.
I always go in with bowling thinking I'm good at this. I'm going to be really good. I'm going to get it, and I'm.
I know. I've had times where I've won and beat a massive group of people that have been really good, and then other times where I haven't been good at all. So I prefer not to comment on my bowling skills and just leave it.
We could put those
what happens.
bouncy things in the lane so that it bounces back into play again.
We can't do that for us. We're adults. We could
try.
I could try. Yeah. So looking forward to that. There's been some fabulous articles going out this week, thanks to local press, about my India trip. I created a press release and sent it out to people. There was a lovely article in the Euro Weekly News talking about it, which is great. Giles, Planet Marbella, did a great article, and you did one on celebs in Marbella, which was fab.
Yeah, well, you deserve it.
Talking about your wife.
Yes, because it's a trip and a half, really, isn't it? It's a very, very big trip. It's a big deal. It's not going to be easy. I've seen the rickshaws, and good luck. But I'm very proud of you and everybody that's doing it. And also that the whole reason for the charity and raising money is a great cause.
Yeah, it's been lovely having everyone's support. And thank you to those of you who have donated. I know some of you have been really generous and kind and donated some money. So I really appreciate it. It's great. The total is slowly creeping up. I think we're over 35 grand now, which is great. But the target's 350 grand, which might have been a little bit ambitious. We shall see. Thank you to our friend Mandy, who is in Miami and listens to the pod. She sent a message commenting on what we were talking about last week, which was concert tickets. We were saying how much ticket prices have gone up and how the prices of Duran Duran and Will Smith are like 150 upwards this summer, which we thought was ridiculous. And Mandy said, not ridiculous at all. You mentioned about Elton John tickets being about €300 a few years ago. And she said €300 for Elton John is dirt cheap. In America, ticket prices for concerts are ridiculous. People pay €400 to €500 for really bad obstructed view seats to see someone like Beyonce. And Taylor Swift, her massive tour that she did last year, her friend flew to Canada and paid 2 or 3 grand to see Taylor Swift.
Well, I would.
Well, do you remember when I went to see Taylor Swift in the summer, we met Americans that had flown over from America.
Oh, because it was cheaper.
Yeah, it was cheaper to fly from America to London, stay in a hotel and get Taylor Swift tickets than it was to just stay in America and get Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I think that irks me, there's a good word, I haven't used that
word.
before, irks me about Starlight is it's not a full concert. So you're paying full concert price, as in €150, but it's not a full concert.
50 minutes traditionally, they are, aren't they?
Yeah. So obviously, if you go and see Taylor Swift, how long does she play for?
3 hours.
So you got
the
money.
longest concert ever. Well worth it.
Exactly. So that's what, and you'd expect a concert to be an hour and a half, 2 hours, basically. So when you get about an hour's worth of stuff at Starlight for minimum 150. I mean, I was looking at Duran Duran this morning actually to see what the prices were. And if you want to get in better seats, it starts to go at 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, and then up.
Really? As much as that?
Yeah, it starts at 150, which is the cheapest seats, and it goes up quite quickly. And for a 50-minute concert, so I still think that's extremely expensive. If you've got a full 2-hour concert, I sort of get it. It's a concert, but it's not. It's a music festival, so you get a shorter version of what they would do elsewhere.
Yeah. There was an article in the Olive Press this week, a local newspaper, talking about Richard Gere and his Spanish wife, Alejandra, who were joined by...
Alejandra. That's my Lady Gaga impression.
Very good. She's got a new song out, actually. It was my song of the week on the radio this week, called Abracadabra. I really like it. It's quite kind of heavy. Everyone said it's similar to like her Bad Romance kind of stuff back in the day.
Abracadabra, abracadabra.
Kind of. It goes abracadabra, abracadabra. No, something like that. Abracadabra. Abracadabra.
I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it.
I thought that was quite a good impression. I'll play it to you, and it's exactly like that. It is.
Okay, enough. You were talking about Richard Gere.
Yes, and his Spanish wife Alejandra were joined by... I've got it, my Alejandra, stop it. Joined by Grammy Award winner Alejandro Sanz. Oh my God, it's literally Alejandro.
It's pushing us to do it. It's pushing us to do it.
So Alejandro Sanz has actually been at Starlight a few times, hasn't he? He's a massive Spanish artist, Spanish singer. So they were together for a weekend in Granada. They were in the city for the International Goya Awards because Richard Gere received the top International Goya Award. It was only first awarded in 2022, with previous winners being Cate Blanchett, Juliette Binoche and Sigourney Weaver. The article also talked about the fact that they went for dinner at a place called Ruta del Valletta, which is actually just outside Granada in a place called Cines de la Vega. And Richard Gere apparently thanked the chef and team because he said he had one of the best dinners he's ever had. It sounds and looks gorgeous, this restaurant. They do a tasting menu for €75 per person.
Sign me up.
Yeah, definitely want to go. But they didn't do the tasting menu, incidentally. They ordered a la carte and had things like mozzarella prawns, Caesar salad, and crayfish ravioli.
Caesar salad?
Yes, it doesn't sound that glamorous, but I bet it was lovely.
Doesn't sound very Andalusian either, does it?
No, quite, to be honest. It is a Spanish restaurant, but there we go.
And ravioli as well.
Yes.
But then it is a tasting style menu, so it's all gastro stuff. But yeah, I want to try that.
Yeah, looks lovely. So that's on our go-to list for sure. And talking of amazing restaurants, was very sad to see and to hear of the passing of Alfredo this week. Alfredo being the owner of Alfredo's, one of San Pedro's most iconic restaurants. Been there for many years, always busy, always popular, always reliable. We've been there with family and friends who have been over on holiday because it's a great kind of typical Spanish restaurant, isn't it?
Yeah, they do everything you could imagine, from filetitos, which is one of our favourite. Filetitos are very, very thin strips of pork or beef with like a pepper sauce on. They do amazing steaks there. They do paella. I mean, you name it, they do it. And all for a great price as well. It's relatively cheap compared to a lot of other restaurants.
Yeah, so it's a real institution in San Pedro.
It's huge as well, isn't it? It's got a massive terrace area and a massive inside area as well.
So yes, so they're currently closed at the moment due to the mourning and passing of Alfredo. So our thoughts go out to all his family and friends. That is it from us.
We were actually on time this week.
On time? Are we at an o'clock, are we?
No, I meant as in producing the podcast.
Oh, I thought you
because
meant the length of the
you made us
programme.
late last week because you decided to be ill.
I decided to be ill.
Just because you've done that, I want to share something with everybody. All I'm going to say is angel hair pasta.
Oh, no. I admit I was wrong. Go on.
So we've got some spaghetti at the moment, which is called fino. That's what it's called, spaghetti fino. I referred to it as angel hair spaghetti because that's what I would have called it, because it's very thin spaghetti. And Hannah, no, it's not. It's not angel hair spaghetti. I said, it is. That's what you call it. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. I know what angel hair spaghetti looks like.
I don't sound like that.
But you were really... you were quite like... And then you said, right, look it up. And then you looked it up. And
went quiet.
Very quiet. Are you okay? She went, mm-hmm. And then she had to share with me that she found angel hair spaghetti, which is what we have.
Oh, I'm sorry. But then I was very pleased that yesterday when we were in Mercadona, I saw a packet of pasta, which is exactly what I thought angel hair pasta looked like. And it said in Spanish, angel hair on it. And it was basically the much smaller and thinner than the angel hair fino spaghetti that we have. And it was just little pieces of pasta. Fides. No, that's something different as well. Anyway, I don't know. It said the words angel hair on it. And I was like, yes, this is where I got it from. It does actually say it. So I think there's a couple of different types. But granted, when I Googled angel hair pasta, all it showed me was these bowls of spaghetti, which is thin spaghetti, which is exactly
Which
what
is
we've been
amazing.
saying.
Cooks in 4 minutes. And normal spaghetti cooks in 10, 8 to 10 minutes.
Oh, I love it. I love the thin spaghetti. It's definitely my favourite.
Well, you'll be having it this week because we're doing a huge spaghetti bolognese for everybody.
Yes, having the fam over on Monday. So looking forward. Oh, that's tomorrow, isn't it? Ooh. Well, we will say goodbye now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your comments. Please do get in touch with us and follow us online. You can catch me on Instagram at Radio Hannah.
And you can catch me on Instagram at PJLopez1Marbella.
Marvellous.
I remembered.
You did. Well done. Congratulations. It's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from me.
No, her. Don't ruin it.
That's goodbye from her.